Hey guys, good morning here. Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh. Hope you guys all had a, let me make sure I'm live here. Okay guys, Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh. Hope you had a good 4th of July if you're in the United States or celebrating outside. And today, we were live yesterday. We went over this AUD, GBP AUD, the AUD USD and the GBP odd 15-minute structure to identify change of character. And so we're gonna look at those two trades. Those two trades did go off. So we're gonna look at the results from them. And then we're also going to look at a setup, a limit order I have set right now in NZDUSD this morning. So this is another live session here on our Smart Money Concepts, which basically we utilize the daily to determine the trend bias. We then mark up a 4-hour order block. We find a 4-hour order block going with that trend bias, and then we identify a point of interest inside of that 4-hour order block. Once that point of interest is hit, we drop down to the 15-minute and we look for our lower time frame flip entry, which is what I want to show you here today. So you have to learn how to read the market structure on the 15-minute chart to see where the entry is at. So let's look at this trade right here. This is where our change of character was at here. Our entry was this other red line here, and right now price is pretty much in profit, but it hasn't hit our take profit goal yet. But let me just show you how you want to read this market structure. The best way to do that is just to do a replay here. So this this teal area, of course, is our 4-hour order block, and this blue line, this navy blue line, is always the point of interest. So that's basically just the open of the institutional candle that we're using to identify the order block. Okay, and I could show you that as well right here real quick. This is the order block right here that we identified, and then we use the open of this candle right down here. So on the 15-minute chart here, let's just play this forward. Now we see that price hits our point of interest right here. Okay, so at this point, we need to identify where we need a break of structure to get that choke, to get that change of character. And so at this point right here, that would be down here, right? So now let's play this forward and see what happens here. Okay, now we can see here that price is now making new highs. So when price makes new highs, and again, we have a break of structure to the upside. So we have a break of structure to the upside. It's new highs, but I don't want to really use that term. But again, the way that I identify a break of structure is I use the wick here. So we had this high right here, right? And so now we have a new high. So I always use the wick. I use the wicks to identify where the structure point is at. And then I like to see the body of the candle close above or below that area for a break of structure. Okay. Some people use body over body. Some people use wicks over wicks. I use wick over body. Okay. Or body over wick. So when price makes a new high here, so here's our wick, right, on this candle here, which is our previous high. It doesn't make a new high till right here. So now we can move our break of structure for our choke up to here. Okay, so again, we're looking to short this, but there's no reason to do that yet, right? We need to get a change of character first on this 15-minute chart, right, before we can decide to set a limit order for this trade to take a short, because right now it could just keep moving higher. We don't know what it's going to do. We have to wait patiently for price to do what we want it to do. Okay, now again, we get a new high here. Price just keeps moving higher, right? And so when that happens, when we get this new high here, we could effectively move our change of character or our choke up to there. Now, right here, we get a nice shift entry candle, right? That's one of our entries. that used to be one of our entries, but now we just focus on the lower time frame flip. And now this is just an extra confirmation telling us that this trade is probably going to be good if we can get this change of character. Okay. So price keeps moving here. Okay, and then right here, this candle right here, we get our break of structure that causes the change of character. And now what we're able to do is we're able to identify our order block here on the 15-minute chart, and that'll tell us where to set our limit order. So we're looking for the candle, right? The order block that causes this break of structure to the downside, and it needs to leave in balance, right? And so that order block is right here. So this is essentially the last up candle before this down move, right? That causes the break of structure. Okay, so I think, let me just see real fast here. So we have our entry marked out here. Okay. Let me just look at this one more time here. So let's play this forward now. Okay, you can see right here. So this is our entry is right here. Okay, I have that in the wrong spot. But you can see this blue candle here is the last up candle before this down move. So that's the candle we use to identify the order block. And that's where we, on the 15-minute, and that's where we set our sell limit order right there. And you can see right here that this candle right here at 1:30 this morning puts us into that trade. Okay. And then from there, we could see price moving to where it is right now, right? So there it is right now. And so hopefully this moves down so that we can get our take profit here at a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio trade. Now, if you're experimenting with, I talked about experimenting with a 1-to-7 risk to reward ratio. In that case, we would have gotten the take profit. We would have already hit the take profit. But right now we're using a 1-to-2. So we need this to move a little bit more. Now, the other trade was in GBP AUD from yesterday. This was a really long process here, so I don't want to put this on replay for you because it's just going to take too long to play out. But you can see here that this till area here is our 4-hour order block. That navy blue line, that was our point of interest, okay? So it's a big order block, but you can see here price comes down, it hits our point of interest inside the order block. And so at that point right there, this red line up here would be where price needs to break structure for us to get our change of character. Okay, you can see the price kind of just plays around here, right? And then boom, we get this big shift confirmation candle here, which gives us an added confirmation, that yellow candle. And then the next candle here, we get our break of structure and our change of character. And so that allows us to identify this order block down here. So you could see this blue candle right here. That's the last, I'm sorry, this red candle right here is the last down candle before this push up, okay? And then you can also use your FVG entry off of this shift candle as well, but it's kind of right in the same place here, okay? I actually use the FVG entry here off of the shift candle. So that's why this red line right here is my entry line here, okay? And you can see price comes down. We get in the trade right here. This happened yesterday at 3 p.m. I'm sorry, 3 a.m. Now, obviously, we weren't taking trades yesterday during Tuesday's session, but just to show you how this works here, this comes down, you get in the trade. So your stop loss is down below this wick right here. You can see the price just kind of stays in this area here, kind of consolidates. And then earlier today, we had to move up that got us to our take profit here. So this was a nice winning trade right here in GBP AUD. And I went over these in my live session yesterday morning in the group as well. I was showing you the market structure. And of course, I just showed you this trade here in AUD USD, which is right now kind of pulling back. But we obviously expect this to continue downward to our take profit of 1 to 2, because we do have this area down here the price can still move down to. So we'll see what happens there. Now another trade that I just set a buy limit or a sell limit on, I think, is NZDUSD. So we'll show you this one here real fast, and we'll see what happens here. So this one back here on this was yesterday 3 a.m. price hit our point of interest line here. Okay, so this one really moved up. It almost invalidated the zone here, but we didn't get a second break of structure to the upside after the invalidation, so we were still good here on this trade. So this one, let's see here. Let's do a replay on this just to kind of show you what this one looks like as well, because this one's a little more interesting. It just continues to move up. So if we look here, right here, we get price hits our point of interest here. So don't pay any attention to these red lines right now. So it hits our point of interest. So at that point right there, this is our choke line. Our change of character would be down here. Okay. So as price moves up and down here, our change of character can change, right? If we get a break of structure to the upside. Okay, and again, it needs to break this wick right here in order to do that. Okay, so price here, moving around, and then boom, we get right here, we get that break of structure to the upside. Okay, but that really doesn't allow us to move our change of character line, right? We still need a break of structure through this line here in order to get that change of character. So as we continue here, we see price moves even higher and higher again. So now as price moves up to here, right, makes a new high here, breaks this structure here. See how price just keeps moving up. There's no reason for us to take this trade until we get that change of character, that break of structure to the downside, which gives us a change of character or a choke. So right now, with this new high being made, we can move our change of character up to here. And that's kind of where it kind of went off at. So we're just going to keep playing this out here, right? Now, price did invalidate our zone here, okay? But it did come right back down. And so now, if we would get a break of structure again to the upside here, right, a close above this wick, then that would invalidate this zone. And then we'd have to go back to the daily, make sure the trend bias is still the same, and see if we have another 4-hour order block that we can set a point of interest in. But let's just keep playing this forward now. Price is starting to come down. Moves back up, doesn't break structure to the upside. Right? Then we get a shift candle there, but price just, and then right here, okay, so it looks, see, price doesn't break structure. The wick goes through there, but we need the body of the candle to close below that red line. Right? And so that happens right there. Okay. So right there, we get that change of character, right? The break of structure to the downside. And then that enables us to set our limit order at the order block responsible for that break of structure that causes the change of character. Now, we do have 2 order blocks to choose from here, okay? And if we pick this one here, that would be okay, right? It just doesn't give us the best entry. We would actually be in that trade right now. However, I picked this order block up here. So my entry is up here at this red line. So right now, I have a sell limit order set at 0.61950. My profit is at 0.61635. and my stop level is at 0.62104. And you can see that here in my MT4. Let's see what. That's NZDUSD. Right here in my MT4, you can see that I have the black line here as my sell limit. My stop loss is set up here, and my take profit set down here. So I don't have to do anything with this. I can walk away from the charts. And if price comes up here, what we're looking for, obviously, is we're looking for price to move up here, right? And, you know, get us into this trade. And then we're looking for price to move down to our take profit. Okay, so this is NZDUSD. And like I say, right now I have a sell limit order set at, let's see here, right around, it's right around 0.61950. It's a little bit different on my broker on FX Choice. So it's probably set a little bit different there because I base it on the candle there. Okay, guys, so this one I wanted to show you this morning. I wanted to show you the this trade that you know, we just got the change of character here. Now we're waiting for our limit order to fill, our sell limit order to fill here on NZDUSD. And I showed you the trades, the two trades that I went over yesterday in the group, reading the market structure, that these two trades did go off here in GBP/AUD. We got the 1 to 2 risk to reward here. So if you're risking 1% of your account, you would have got a 2% gain. If you're risking 2% of your account, you would have got a 4% gain, right? Now, we could have also exited half the position here and then tried to get a 1 to 3 on this. But in order to get a 1 to 3, we're going to have to take this all the way up to here. So that is an option for you. If you think that the market structure allows that, you can see that would take that up to this wick high right here. But the important thing to remember is you can't change your stop loss, guys, because there's a very good chance the price comes back down to the area where you got into this trade before it goes back up there. Okay. So you need to decide whether or not to just take your full profit position at a 1 to 2, or if you're going to sell half at a 1 to 2 and then go for a 1 to 3. But if you go for a 1 to 3, you can't adjust your stop loss, because if you move your stop loss to break even, more than likely you're just going to get stopped out of that second half of your position at break even before it then goes to your 1 to 3 risk to reward. So it's better just to take the full amount at the 1 to 2. If you're going to plan on moving your stop loss. Now, of course, if you don't move your stop loss and then you do get stopped out, then the trade's going to be a wash for you, right? So you have to decide, you have to take, you have to take 25 trades, see how things work out both ways. You have to take 25 trades with the 1 to 2, see what would have happened had you just sold half and tried to get a 1 to 3. And then you can determine if it makes sense for you to then go for the 1 to 3, right? So any questions here, guys? Keep in mind, if you need to get my 9-part Smart Money Concepts video series, which teaches you the basics to do this Smart Money Concept strategy that I show here in the group for free, drop a message down below. I'll send you a link to register for that. Okay, if you're ready to join our community, get access to everything we have, our custom indicators, our proprietary indicators, all the training we have in our community, plus all the training at the company that we're with, Heim Academy, all the live training there as well. Great live educators there. There's at least 3 or 4 that we're following right now. And if you want to do that, send me a message and I'll send you the link to sign up for that, to join our community. There is a 7-day money back guarantee on that. So you could try everything out for 7 days. And if you're not happy, you just go to the company and get your money back as long as you're within that 7-day window. I do have a special bonus right now where you can save $50 on signing up. So if you're interested in that, like I said, send me a message and I'll send you the link to join our community, get started today. So otherwise, guys, it's Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh. And if something else transpires today, I'll come back on and I'll do another live session. Otherwise, I'll see you here tomorrow. Have a great day. And keep in mind, guys, that we do have news coming out today. So it isn't the best day to trade, but if you do have any positions with, in your live accounts, we have all day news, OPEC meetings here. I'm not too concerned about that, even though that is high impact news. It's all day long. But right here at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we have some high impact news here on the dollar, FOMC meeting minutes and stuff like that. So that's a point of interest there at around 1:30. If you have any money, real money in these trades, you're not on demo, you may want to look and exit your positions before that news hits. And then of course tomorrow there's more dollar news at 8:15 a.m. and 10 a.m. So you kind of have to wait till after this 10 a.m. news if you're going to take any positions tomorrow morning. And then of course Friday I would just stay away because you have the Canadian dollar news, and then you have all the non-farm payroll and everything like that the first Friday of the month in the dollar. So Friday I'd probably just stay away from. So Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh, guys. Have a great day.